We can say that the meeting, oh, Joe's there.
Oh, he is? Oh, good.
Joe, you there?
Are we good or what?
He might be muted. I don't know if he's muted.
We're
Doesn't look
good,
like
because
he's
we're
muted.
green.
We're good. All right, so I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:03 PM.
We already did pledge of allegiance.
Meetings are being audio and video recorded. Please silence your cell phones. Anyone wishing to address the board can do so by coming up to the microphone clearly, state your name and address. Sign in if you want to make public comments. No, no public comment. Announcements, please get your septic systems pumped and inspected. List of registered pumpers available upon request. Still accepting letters of support for the proposed sewer. Reports, sewer
It would
management
probably be
program.
faster if she just does all, this is all her
Okay.
stuff,
Okay.
Kimberly's stuff, so.
Does she have a copy of the agenda? So she knows where she's at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pulling up our engineers to work at the same time. That's okay.
He's raising his hand.
Okay, Joe is full reign to speak first for sure.
Go ahead, Joe. I can't hear you though. Can you unmute me? I don't think he's muted. Hold on, Joe. Why is this so different than my teams at work?
I'm gonna, if it doesn't work, I'll call him.
I think he has to mute himself, doesn't he?
Usually
Well,
he is muted here. It shows muted. In the left-hand corner, see it?
Yeah, I think he has to mute himself.
Allow mic.
there you go.
Yeah, we got it.
You
Got
did
all
it.
that.
You did it, Jess. That was all that good work, man. Good work under pressure. Can you hear me?
There in the bottom corner. I saw the little pop-up and I saw the little block. Thank you, Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Thank you. I just want to let you know I'm here. So I'm sure Kimberly can run with the show. So
Oh, yeah.
go ahead.
All right, so we're starting with the SMP, correct?
Yes.
Okay, sewage management program, we had a sizable uptick in pumps for last month. We had 31 reports come in last month. And there's a lot more in progress still for June. We only report on the previous month. I did some calculations based on the taxable property list that Lisa transmitted to me. I eliminated the Stonecroft properties, worked my best estimate on vacant properties within the township, subtracted the 316 reports I have in Terra Tracker as of this date, and that includes Alan Ladera, the previous SDO's reports circa 2019 through prior to Terra Tracker. And it looks like there's approximately 250 properties in Marion Township that still need to prove that they have pumped. We are working with Colin. I sent him my initial draft for non-compliance letter. Colin is very specific on the language that he would like inserted. Joe Boldes and I would like to meet with Colin for either 30 minutes or 60 minutes next week to just discuss the details about the process, but tentatively Colin is suggesting that we give a period of approximately 90 days from whenever the letter is released. If we get this done next week, it looks like September, end of September would be the deadline for all the residents to prove pumping. Ideally, it's through Terra Tracker. If they did it prior to Terra Tracker's initiation, we'll take a look at those receipts. So that would be the only thing. If they did it prior to Terra Tracker 3 years ago, then they're going to need to submit proof prior to then of pumping. We're working on that process. And like I said, hopefully next week we'll get that meeting with Colin, get it all ironed out so we can show it to you guys. And if you approve, we will discuss who's mailing it and how.
Okay.
But approximately 250 out of 566 online properties I estimated. So I believe you all have 566 online. Now there's some, I have to narrow down, there's some properties that are adjacent to Wilmelsdorf that might actually have public sewer. Be in Marion Township, Lisa had come across one of those a couple of months ago. So there might be some residents who call in and say, what do you mean? I've had a Wilmslow Ferry Sewer Authority bill for the last 20 years since I've lived in the home. So be prepared for that as well. And we'll mark that in our records when it pops up. But since it's the first time we're cataloging everything, it's important for DEP. It's taking shape.
Could you put that in your report next time that
Yes.
here's how many are done and here's how many is left? I think the development across the street from Stonecroft is actually almost,
It's weird how it's.
It is.
And you actually could contact Doug Hoover, who was the water authority supervisor in Wilmslow. And I'm sure he can tell you, so you don't even bother sending letters.
Okay, that would be great.
Doug would
Or
know.
we could just call the current water authority that's there.
Yeah, if you guys could do that for me, that saves, that'll be a benefit to you guys. That makes sense. There could be even less properties is what I'm anticipating actually have.
I'm still getting a lot of phone calls.
Good.
So there's still a lot of calls coming in, with people asking, I just got it done so-and-so, do I still gotta get it? Yep, or no, you're good, or, asking who they need. So I run down the list with them. I give them every single name.
And now that the website is live, Lisa, that's another agenda item I'd like to set up with you.
Yes.
So we can post those numbers online.
Yeah.
And both me, Colin, Colin and Joe would like to add that. Please go to this tab on the website to see the registered list of pumpers in the non-compliance letter, because that'll save you hours as well of people calling in just to ask.
Yeah, it did go live. They worked on it Wednesday, and I think Thursday morning they finished it up. And it was,
so if we go to the website that we had, it's now just updated.
yeah, it's the new website, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of documentation that needs to be re-uploaded.
Yes, it does. I have not had the time to do that. I was off the first week of June. And since I've been back, there have been many issues, problems that I have been dealing with.
Which we're gonna talk.
So there's just has been so much that,
There's gonna be a list of things that you need to prioritize, and the people that are fence mooring it, you're gonna let them fence moor
That-
themselves, because you don't need to deal with the fence moor stuff.
that has been, given to Glenn and Colin
Yep.
to discuss.
Yep, good. Because you shouldn't need to deal with that day in and day out with people that are
No.
calling, driving you insane.
And those bills should be sent.
Yeah, I would love to backbill people that keep on starting fights with each other because they can't get along, because they want to be in kindergarten.
But the important thing, Lisa, is you just need to say, I'm sorry, you'll have to contact Glenn or whoever.
Oh, I did. Oh, I
Yeah,
did many
yeah.
times,
You just don't need to
many
be,
times. Glenn has talked to them many times.
I'm just saying,
And it's
you
just,
don't need to try to argue.
Yes.
because
no,
You're just wrecking your own brain out,
Yeah.
and then what's happening is then you're getting worked up, and then we're getting fined, and it's not your responsibility to mediate their problems.
oh, no, I don't do that.
You know what I mean? It's their
I'm telling them
responsibility.
to reach out to Glenn, which they have. And
And then let him,
There's
let
just-
crap cite them both, for all I care, or the police do whatever they need to do.
it's not in my ball, in my court anymore. It's,
Good, that's.
today was the last straw and it went out to, Glenn, the code enforcement officer, and Colin, the solicitor. And they are discussing it and coming up with a solution, so. I had it up to here. This morning was a very bad morning regarding projects. There are several projects that I don't know what word I can use, that they were not done correctly by the prior engineer. And there was 4 projects that I was dealing with at one time this morning, trying to get information, figure stuff out. And that was a lot of going back and forth, and phone calls and emails, and phone calls were flying, and then I got this coming in the door. It just was not a good day.
Well, we'll talk about that and sort that out. I'm sorry, guy, didn't interrupt that.
Okay, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, when when there is a pocket of time, if we can schedule just to get that information up. I
I
think
have not had a chance to, I have it there to do, I know I have to do it. I have spoken to Carl, because Abby's also part-time here, part-time there, and I spoke to Carl. Oh, I guess it was Tuesday, because I didn't see him yesterday, because he was out mowing 419. About Abby next week, I'm like, she's gonna have to come back in here for a little bit, and she's gonna help out, because we also gotta get out, the non-compliant trash letters, and then that's coming. The website needs to be done. There's just so much that needs to get done, and it just kind of,
Okay,
summer's here, things blossom, well,
Yeah, let's-
it all
We'll,
blossomed in
we'll
here, so.
mediate this after. I mean,
Yeah.
we're allowed to talk to you as being your employers.
Yeah,
So we'll come up with a plan. So my portion of this is we got to call the Wilmslow Water Authority and figure out which homes in Marion Township are currently hooked up, correct?
Yeah, the sewer
The
authority.
sewer authority.
Yeah. They're separate entities.
Okay. And where are we at now on this?
Okay, then that takes us to the public sewer design update and Bob.
As we were talking earlier before the meeting, I showed you the area where we had the Tupac Creek crossing and the pipeline, and we need additional survey. So what I'm doing is getting the surveyor together. We'll have a draft letter over, and we recommend that you identify and send a letter out to these people to let them know that they're gonna be on site.
Okay.
But we gotta get the surveyor and everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a draft that I printed out for you this evening. Bob and I worked on it together. I had hand delivery because the first round of survey letters, people walked around and delivered it by hand to the homeowners. If there's only a cluster, it makes sense to do hand delivery. If not, we could go by mail. But if you want to take a look at the draft, when you have time, and if there's any feedback, Bob.
It appears to be less than 5 for that area.
Yeah,
To Wumblesdorf and Weiss, or Zartman, or Weiss and Zartman. Zartman when it's sold.
yeah, he did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's all Weiss's, so it's Weiss and Zartman, or Weiss and Wumblesdorf.
Yep.
Sewer Authority are the two areas that need to be notified.
Okay.
is the survey an additional cost or is that part of the money?
That's part of the first,
Okay.
that was the first grant.
That's part of the grant, the previous grant.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have, unless there's questions.
yeah, I'm gonna add to that, we have a very tentative draft of these specifications, including ordinance and resolution. That's the packet presented there for everyone to look through. It is submitted to Colin, so we can get our heads wrapped around that sooner rather than later. The premise here, and Joe is free to jump in with me on this one, is that the township will be purchasing the grinder pumps in bulk. That is the premise of this, the starting point. And then the mechanism is to understand how the township owns the grinder pump and then transfers the grinder pump upon purchase by each individual homeowner. So that is exploring how all of that legally would come together, in addition to taking from Bob's work, some initial specifications. All those technical details have to be updated. They will be updated as we go through this process, but you can see the placeholder and what some of these agreements could look like, and think about pros, cons, what you would like to see, what you don't want to see, because that input is critical. Eventually there could be an authority, a sewer authority, a Marion Township sewer authority. So this will start forming the backbone for how we want to position things. And Joe, am I overlooking any details with the specification ordinance and resolution document?
Well, I think you did a good job there, Kimberly. One thing I would add is that the premise of this, the township owning initially and then basically donating the pump, not donating, but transferring the ownership of the pump to the homeowner. It's important that we all agree on that premise and the layout, because that's going to impact how the construction will be broken up and how it might be bid. So it'll be important for us to understand that before we finalize the construction bid documents. I'm not saying that what Kimberly gave you has to be finalized. We just want to agree on the premise. And then if we can agree on the premise, then we can put together the bidding documents for the construction project without going back and forth.
Right, and I think we should consult with Colin on what we can and can't do with
Yeah.
that.
I
Yes.
suspect that these guys know enough from other places.
Right.
So, Joe, why would we, transfer to the homeowners? What's the advantage in that?
Yeah, well, honestly, we were thinking about maintaining ownership, having the township maintain ownership. But I see that as the township would then have maybe a select number of contractors to go in and do whatever maintenance. By
Right.
transferring it to the homeowner, we can say, you can use any contractor you want as long as they are certified or meet some certain standard. So they can pick their own and then get certified by the pump manufacturer, and they can have their own plumber do the work. I think it allows the township to separate itself from accusations of buying some certain pump from some certain manufacturer and then having, their maintenance rep serving all the pumps in the township.
Yeah,
If you,
okay. I don't-
if you understand what I'm trying to get at,
Yeah.
I might not be perfectly clear, but I think it separates the township a little bit and makes the homeowner responsible. There's also language in that packet that Kimberly gave you talking about if the homeowner is not responsible. So if they're flushing Barbie dolls down the toilet every day and you're asking the grinder pump to grind it up, if the township had the ownership, right, then the homeowner wouldn't face any real financial strains because the township would be running out there fixing the pump, and it would require them to operate it responsibly. That's another kind of benefit, but really it just kind of separates the township and or the authority from that responsibility.
So the preliminary 5 years or whatever, one, we have an opportunity to possibly lower their cost for the tie-ins. Secondly, for some point of time, we're making sure the pumps are taken care of. And then once it's, part of living, then we step back.
Yeah.
I
And so,
like that.
yeah, I think we're not sure what the time frame is. 5 years seems to be like a pretty magic number. Again, we want to make sure we fully vet this with you guys. We fully vet it with Colin. It's kind of a model that we've seen used in a couple different townships. So we just want to vet it out, make sure it works. And then we can put the bidding documents together accordingly.
Okay. All right.
The last thing on the public sewer update, Peter, I had suggested about the potential benefits of forming a municipal authority. And I did do some research on that. I have a list, but it's not complete. I'd like to table that until I get to talk to a Penvest representative, because I believe she will be able to point out additional benefits that an authority might have as far as Penvest loans or grants. So she's been on vacation for the last 3 weeks. She just got back this week. So I'm hoping that I can talk to her in the next week or two, and then I can provide that update to you guys next month.
Thank you, Joe.
Jesse, that might have been you that suggested that. I can't remember. Somebody suggested that we look at considering an authority. So anyway,
I know me and Peter both talked about it at the one meeting a while back. I don't remember who originally brought it up. I know we brought up other places having authorities.
Yeah.
We got to talk
I
about.
remember the conversation. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you, one clear benefit is it allows that political separation, So you guys can go about doing your business of the township, and then the authority can raise their own money, they can have their own fees, right? And they can operate a system separate but under your guys.
I think that's an important thing, just with the dynamic of everything going on, to separate the township from the sewer.
You know, I think the path we're going with, you know, getting, contractors, consultants who are familiar with the municipalities has been a very good move. So
Mhm.
whether it's someone like that or whether, you know, whatever it is. Yeah, I think keeping it, you know, we have, you know, the two guys who have full-time jobs and one guy who plays golf, so.
Well, yeah, the only thing that scares me is I don't want to take away the right of the homeowner to be able to get their own contractor and fix their own pump. But on the other hand, I can see people in town saying, well, I got a Harbor Freight grinder pump I'm putting in by
Yeah.
Jimmy Bob's Plumbing.
Right.
And then they're saying that it's our fault.
Yeah,
So,
we need a standard.
so there's gotta be, there's gotta be,
For some period of time and then,
there's gotta be a happy medium.
I mean,
So,
reality, I have no doubt the pumps that they're looking at are things that are, you know, bullet.
well, the ones that they're looking at are bulletproof,
Yeah.
right? So.
Oh, yeah,
we-
the Harbor Freight ones, yeah.
If we do this, say we own it for 5 years and then we sign off on it, but then we make it clear, this is what we put in from factory, here's the rating of the pump, here's what it is. We recommend you go with this one, but if you repair it and it doesn't hit, it's on you. So, and I'm sure Joe could correct me if I'm wrong, but we could probably say these contractors have to have this such and such rating or whatever
Yeah.
on the system. We could draw that line.
Well, some people are going to come in themselves, but
That's in there, that's language is in there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we by the approved pumps, there's only E1 or equivalent that is approved by the township or authority engineer if we go the authority route. There are specifications for how it must be installed. So that's what all these documents work together to do, is that should somebody decide they're not going to install an approved pump,
Mhm.
Joe can talk about that mechanism, but this is to protect the authority and the infrastructure.
So if I would go out as a homeowner though, let's say I would buy the pump myself and it would be to spec, somebody would be there to make sure to inspect the work after it's done if I put it in myself.
If we have a certified, you must be certified to install it in the first place.
Okay, so what would that classification of plumber be? Just out of curiosity, because I don't
They would
know.
just, Jesse, they would just have a certification from the manufacturer. So a manufacturer's
so-
rep would come out and he'd say, here's how you install the pump. You have to have these valves in this location, this far away from other valves. And, you know, here's the particulars about the pump. Here's the specifics and how it's wired in. And once the manufacturer's rep signs off, then they would be certified, so to speak, to install that type of pump.
Okay. So certified, if they would want to do it.
It's a class.
Okay. It's a
It's
class.
a class where they're gonna go and actually do it. And that's when they get the certificate that lasts 5 years or 3 years.
Okay. All right.
I mean, keep a list of the authority keeps a list of the.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense then. Is that all then, Joe, or?
That's all I had, a brief update on, the water design. We still haven't heard back from, the authority's engineer. They were supposed to get us, a connection point and pressure point plan suggesting where we could connect and what the pressures looked like. We haven't seen that yet. The next authority meeting, I think Kimberly has down there for the 24th of June. You know, I can continue to reach out to the engineer, but seems to forget every time I ask him. But I'll make a note to call him tomorrow and see if I can't tickle him a little bit and get some plans to us And if he's got to get approval from his board, he'll be able to do so if the meeting's on the what did I say, 26th?
Yeah.
24.
24th.
And this is for the city water if we wanted it, correct?
Yes, yes, yeah. That's all I
Alrighty.
have.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Kimberly?
Very quite welcome.
All right, and then just grant updates. Lisa and I will be working on the Topahucan Police Grant reimbursement. John is still working on making some final purchases with the extra funds that we still have available from his grant. Once, I believe the survey will be applied to the existing grant as well, so a reimbursement request will be coming for that in the future. The 2026 LSA statewide and 2026 Category 4 Berks County grants will be opening soon. I am still waiting for the new guidelines to be refreshed and posted on the Commonwealth Financing Authority's website. And once it is, I'll make an assessment and we could have a report or conversation about what the potential is for those opportunities for the coming year. Otherwise, no updates yet from Dan Muser's team. I'm taking that as a positive in terms of congressional discretionary funding. And I think that is the conclusion of all the bullet points I have for you
Is
guys.
there a day next week that you and I could get together?
Yeah, if you want to take a
We
look
can-
at your calendar and
Yeah,
suggest.
we can do the website and then also do, because I can get all this stuff together. We can get this,
Together, just get the
get
reimbursement
it all
submitted.
taken care of. it.
Yeah. Tell me a
Yeah.
couple days that would work for you and times, and then I'll make it work.
Let me know. Wednesday would be not a good day because I'm gonna have to make sure everything's all done for the agenda and posted by the end of the day. So I'd probably say Wednesday would probably not be a good day,
Okay.
but
Mix it around in there. I'll take a look at my calendar tomorrow and touch base with you, Lisa.
yeah.
Great, thank you guys.
All right, as for the EMC,
There's
he's
a-
not here for a report. Oh, you got a report?
Yes, no.
Well, I will wait for him Thursday night to read it, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, he just went over the storm, he was requested in Muhlenberg for that big fire with the trailer.
Okay, well, he. you
Yeah,
can
I
let
mean,
him
there's
read it
nothing-
Thursday night,
Yeah, it's just pretty much going over what,
and I'll read it myself before Thursday night.
yeah,
All right, Marion Fire Company discussion of board meeting. You know what that's about?
that's their normal,
That's
monthly
just
meeting.
What they're. okay.
Yeah, report that they do at the board meeting and.
Draft, nothing new at this time.
Yeah.
Roadmaster, we got a small truck. Yep, township purchased a truck from the Sinking Spring Borough for $8,000. Ratify insurance
Issuance,
issuance. What's that? Man,
because we, issued and authorized Carl to, in our behalf.
oh, so we gotta ratify that.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
all right, so we gotta ratify Carl doing that, for the paperwork for the transfer of the truck and the title, dumpster.
that's Carl's, not Carl, Collins, right, wording on. how it is.
Insurance.
The
Okay.
issuance, yeah.
Dumpster, all trash has been removed at the township building. Dumpster still needs to be needed. Question.
That question mark.
So Carl asked for a dumpster so he can dump road carcasses, road trash, debris when he's working on the park. And there is still some more trash in that building. There's gonna be more when they start taking some of the items out of the building as well.
Okay, because he even questioned it too. He's like, I don't know.
Okay, 'cause
I'm
the
like, well,
dumpster was originally his idea.
yeah.
So, and it was to get a smaller dumpster, not a big dumpster. Like, we're not bulldozing the building down. I cleared most of that back room out, so it's pretty
I
much.
know, Peter said dumpster dudes.
Right, but that would be for renovation. That's a big dumpster.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's not like your standard, like school dumpster that somebody would have.
Yeah.
That's something that Carl was talking about getting. Does he need it? I don't know. That would be, we'll wait for him to,
Yeah, I think we can probably just table this the next,
yeah,
Thursday.
I would table that because Peter's not here anyway and Carl's not here, so. Secretary, office supplies, equipment, anything needed?
We're still gonna do the design for the. Finish
You
that.
want to read the secretary section?
So nothing's needed, the sign out front. We still have to wait for the design to be done. I know Peter said he was working on it. He had a design, but I guess we wanted to add the turtle to it.
Okay.
And then once we get that, we'll get the quotes. Again, where there are still vouchers available. There's 2 dates that are gonna be coming up in the area that people can use, and I'll have that for next Thursday's meeting that people can take cats to. We gotta decide what we're doing with the stray dogs thing, if we're gonna do anything with the ARL or not. I have, it's only Kelly here, but next Thursday, there's a non-emergency number for the Berks County Communication Center.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to call, report anything, complain anything, that's the number to call, because I know people are afraid to call 911. It still goes to the communication center, but it's a different group of people there. Everything still gets recorded.
Mhm.
But it's just people that are handling the non-emergency, so
Right.
I'll have that out for next Thursday. But I think that's pretty much,
As far as the stray dogs, I do know somebody in town that helps with a rescue, so I will contact them probably tomorrow
Yeah.
morning about those.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that often.
Well, it's now often. Last month it was 2 dogs.
See,
Okay, this
yeah.
month now it's 2 dogs. And then prior to that.
Okay,
but
is those 2 strays, or is those people trying to get rid
And
of
then,
their dog?
no, wait, then prior to that, I found 2 other stray dogs.
Yeah,
And then a year or 2 other, I found 2 others. And
yeah,
I've handled 4 or 5 dogs myself already before the last 2 dogs. Now
So
there's
then-
another 2 dogs.
then do
So
we wanna do something with the ARL or not?
let's wait for
I mean,
Peter.
that's-
Let's talk about it.
I mean, as of now,
Because
that
I
is.
I agree with him.
Yeah,
That why did the taxpayer need to pay for it? But then again, I can't just, I don't have the ability to allow a dog out there starving to death
Right.
or.
but the thing is,
So,
like I explained,
there's a
and
plan.
I think at the last board meeting, somebody has to be the point of
Right,
contact.
so we would have to,
So if I'm living in Marion Township, and I find a dog, I cannot just go to ARL with it and say, this is from Marion Township. I would need to contact you, say you're the point of contact, you would need to approve it, and you would need to call ARL and say, this person so-and-so found the dog, and authorize that to go in. So it's not like
Right.
anybody could find a dog, and go in and say, this is. Marion Township.
somebody would have to do that.
Right.
So we still gotta talk about that
Yeah.
stuff.
So you would, that point of contact would need to
Right.
authorize that, so, which means that, huh?
The golfing den can do that.
So, I mean, if you were the contact, you could investigate it and be like, okay, this is definitely a stray dog, or no, this is somebody that's trying to get rid of a dog, you know.
I climbed
And
a
then-
tree for 3 baby raccoons
Yeah.
last year with 1 foot.
So,
Oh. Yeah. Further discussion.
yeah, so whoever the point of contact would make the final decision if the dog goes to ARL, so.
Maintenance of the current building, review surveying quotes. John Hoffert was $4,350 to $4,850. Snyder Surveying, $3,040, and Bear Creek Associates, $2,900. Everybody needs to look at those quotes because they were not apples to apples, even though they were told to do it apples to apples. So,
I know that was tabled last month.
right, so everybody review those quotes. Unfortunately, I've used John Hoffert. I know he's honest. Everything went where it was supposed to go. He's also a civil engineer. I trust him. The job you get is the job you pay for. So I like his estimate, but I want everybody to read them apples to apples. So.
Either you two, and I can tell Peter, if you can't find the paperwork, I can make sure you guys have it.
Trade-ins, the boom mower has been placed on municipal bid. Bid ending June 24th. Discuss selling the truck and purchasing a second truck. Playground maintenance and equipment, tennis court, pickleball. Anything new on that?
No, and I think if Person Paul's not here, that's basically something I guess Kelly and Carl need to discuss.
Okay.
Because I know we're not doing that. Is it Ryan, that guy Ryan? I know we
At
weren't,
least
gonna-
maybe not for now.
We just gotta be careful.
Yeah,
but I'm sure Carl could probably do something. He said there's something he could do.
some interim maintenance to
Yeah.
keep it in decent enough condition until the time opens up, we can.
Set it up. He can do something maybe right now. It's kind of.
Talking about maintenance.
Yeah,
If I have Carl go out, or if I go out, or if somebody goes out from the township and we pressure wash the white addition on the township building and repaint it white. Because there's a resident saying it makes their property look terrible. Is that gonna be a problem for the grant?
I mean, it's just.
I think that's preventative maintenance.
It's just maintenance, period.
Yeah, that's not refurbishing or reconditioning.
I just wanted to talk to you first.
As long as you were not doing anything with masonry, do not repoint anything.
Right.
I think pressure washing and.
Don't drywall the ceiling, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be your thing,
Cause
assessment?
we all need to get.
Do we have to-
Paint.
What's that?
You have to listen to the person.
No, we don't.
Carl was actually looking at doing it, eh? Yeah.
But then again, if the township is gonna set an example and tell people they need to clean up, the township also needs to maintain a nice looking property as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't want mold growing on any of the buildings or the playground equipment or any of that, really. So
But does it need to get painted or does it just need to be?
it probably just needs to be pressure washed, is really what I think it needs, is pressure wash. So that's why I say pressure wash it first and look at it then after.
And even if it's that bad, it needs painted, I don't see that as being an issue.
Right.
It's just maintenance.
Right.
Now, I guess Carl will have to ask permission to be on.
I don't know exactly where the boundary line is. I don't actually think it's right on the line.
I thought it was like 2 feet off.
And I do know, and this was a realtor telling me this, so Colin could tell me I'm wrong. My property is right on the boundary of my neighbor's property. My realtor told me I would have a right of way to work on my house. I might have to get an attorney to get that right of way to allow me to do that, but they can't stop me from repointing that side of my house because they don't like me.
Yeah.
So that's something that we could look at as
Well,
well.
you would think Beverly would give us permission since.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention any names. I'm sorry.
I said it.
Yeah, but everybody could have guessed.
I don't think she has to get the permission. What I was understanding from when Colin looked at it last time.
I think people should worry about cleaning up their own property. They have a lot of junk on their property.
It's ours.
Other than stuff or starting
Like I
fence
said,
wars.
we do.
We do.
We do.
So, and that goes for everything else in the back. We'll get there. So trade-ins we did, playground maintenance we did, trash ordinance letter is done. We'll be mailing that out for a non-compliance. Committee for the building, looking into how and store the history items, measurements of the township building are being worked on. Hopefully we'll have those soon. Roads, road maintenance update and document 5-year maintenance plans to get roads fixed and maintained on a preventative maintenance cycle, clean culverts, etc. 2026 road projects, canal.
Some of that might be incorrect now since we did the bidding and.
Yeah, so this we need to touch because they're out to bid,
Yeah, we did,
which ones are out to
actually-
bid, I don't remember quite offhand, but I think we approved one for
we did. We accepted the bid for,
Orchard Canal, right?
You
Orchard
could
Canal.
just say road maintenance 5-year plan continues.
Yep, continues. Yep. I like that. Good job. Roadwork budget for 2026, 150,000 to 175,000. I think we stretched that a little further out.
which one?
I think we're at 195 after the bidding. But
Yeah, we changed
That's the-
that. Yeah, so that's,
Yeah, we took the.
yeah,
I think it was 150, 175.
because it was just a little bit different. Road issues, Ford Road culvert. Corrugated steel pipe culvert rusted and collapsing on east side. That's the culvert, that's the bad one. That's one we were thinking of earlier, some Ford Road.
Yeah,
All right, Winterford Road near the school road township line, 24-inch steel pipe culvert partially collapsed. And a sinkhole in the road near the border shoulder, northbound shoulder, 2029 DVLR grant. That's the other one that's really bad. Church Road, a 324-foot concrete pipe culvert. Head walls are starting to separate from piped 2028. We're looking at that one. School Road, from Smaltz cracking on new paved road. And it's also doing the same on the newly paved Marion, installed pipe settling. So we're gonna talk about that probably next meeting because we were hopefully gonna get them out for warranty work.
I know
Carl
Carl,
went out with Ryan.
Did he?
yeah, and
Okay,
the guy from, Penzi.
okay,
Either good.
okay, good.
My understanding, I wasn't here, so my understanding is yes,
Okay,
but I can't confirm that.
all right. Spur Road. There currently is not a speed limit sign on Spur Road, could not find a speed limit ordinance. Roadmaster Lip Pack did discuss with Toby Township for the discussion at the branch supervisor meeting. Last I heard about that is there is a speed limit on that road that the other township has,
15.
and it's 15 mile an hour.
And they have no sign.
And they don't have signs on it anymore. So it sounds like, yeah, and it sounds like we tell that township to put their signs back.
Yeah,
And we tell that resident to call that township and not complain to us because they're the ones that have the speed limit signs. So whichever resident complained, they should be complaining to the other township.
I haven't heard anything since that day.
So, at least as a courtesy, we could call the other township and say, hey, here's what happened. We had a complaint and there's no speed limit signs out there.
Well, I think, I briefly went over this with Peter and he said next Thursday he's gonna discuss it with, Colin. Because we might have to do an ordinance or a resolution for this 15 miles per hour on our side and.
So we own like, I think, 5 foot of it though. What Carl was
Yeah,
basically
it's not,
saying.
yeah.
So why am I gonna pay to draft an ordinance
Yeah,
when the other township doesn't even have their 2 speed limit signs that they're supposed to?
yeah. But
So
I don't think we can post anything unless we have.
We don't-
I think it's a resolution.
I don't think we need to do any of it. I think we need to tell the other township, you don't have any signs on your road. And it's gonna cost us a lot less money than having Colin draft up another piece of paperwork.
I know it's gonna be discussed next Friday,
So
next Thursday.
We'll talk about that then, but if they're missing 2 signs and they own 95% of that road, it's their responsibility. All right, engineer report, 2026 road projects, construction master service awarded, bid.
Awarded the bid, sorry.
Business projects, Blue Spruce, no new business. 85 Main Street, no new business. Aldino on Sixth, no new business. Martin Church, no new business. Gerald Weaver project, no new business. Overhalter Ag operations, no new business.
That will probably be updated for next Thursday. Ryan's getting me his, monthly report together, so.
Okay.
At this point for this meeting, there's nothing new, but I'm sure there'll be something
Yeah,
different.
several of them are at least moving again.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, new business, we're talking about getting township cell phones and business cards. Hasn't went further than that yet because you would need cell phones before you get a business card and we gotta make it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're still researching.
Yeah, because he was gonna look into another kind of municipal plan or something.
Yes.
I think he was gonna look at Verizon, I think he said.
Yeah, he said there was some
Something
other
with
plan. 80 Kevin Circle. Letter to the residents advising Township Road. Roadmaster Lipak working on PennDOT, plot plan needed. So plot plan, the road is already there. Does that mean they have to widen it or change the setbacks? Do you know anything about that?
I asked Carl briefly on Wednesday, what was updated with it, and he said he talked to Charlie, who's from PennDOT, and Charlie needed the plot plan. That's all he could
And then,
get.
well, once that goes through.
Yeah,
then-
because like I said, Carl was dealing with his own
Right.
family, emergency and
Mhm.
trying to deal with that and his stuff, and then with cutting grass, so,
Mhm.
if all goes well, I'm sure we'll have a better update next Thursday on this, so.
All right, donations. Township resident is a realtor. Discussion on donating to the township and posting a sign at playground with all contributors.
Yeah, I brought that one up. Basically, the suggestion is at a lot of like, fields, there'll be either on a fence, there'll be signs or whatever from realtors or whoever, small businesses. And it's because of them supporting the township, whether it be through, the MTCA or, and that's where I'm kind of fuzzy. She was like, I'll make donations, she says, and you see it all over the place. Anytime you see a ball field or a park,
Is there something specific they want to donate to or?
they would be willing to donate. So she said, like, if you need to get mulch, I would pay for the mulch. So she doesn't have a specific thing, but she's basically saying, I'd like to support the community.
Okay, I have no problem with that at all. That'd be great, actually. So if they want to donate something that we can do for the park or money or whatever, is just make sure when she donates, I want it to be allocated to, so we can make them happy as well.
And the question is, does it come to us, or I think
it would come to, the township owns the park. So anything that the MTCA does, they do it for the community and the township. Okay. So it basically would come to us and then we would have to act on it.
Okay.
And the MTCA, we can lean on to help us with that. And I'm glad it's reciprocal, I feel, anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if they wanted to donate to the MTCA, I'd be fine with that. And the
And I think, you know,
MTCA could do the
we
reach
just,
out on
we
that.
need
then.
to work that out and then.
Right. Well, how I would word it is, do you want to donate to the township property of the park, or do you want to donate to a community organization that also supports the park? So that would be a thing for
Well,
them to.
My, as much as I hate saying this, is probably something that Colin would say, do it this way or that.
Right, we can talk to him.
Yeah.
Pensions, Carl Lebeck and Lisa Peggerly will have information for the branch service.
Yeah, I
BOS
gotta
meeting.
pull up all that and
Okay.
I'll have that.
Awesome. School bus fine. Sheridan and Edris, is that Edris?
Idris.
Idris Road can be removed. School bus does not stop there anymore. R2 operator farm near sign.
Peter saw that, when he came in to make sure this was set up. I gave him this, so he knew what was going on and he was gonna check it out. But he said he'll look at it and then discuss it next Thursday.
Okay, because just because there's not a kid in that area now doesn't mean there won't be one
Right.
next year.
He said he was gonna check it out.
And I would assume that we would have to call the school bus company and or the school board
Yeah,
to act because it's a designated stop.
yeah.
Kind of like Grange is yet,
Yeah.
but it's kind of not, it is.
Well, he was gonna see exactly where he was talking about first, because I think I know where it is, and then, he said, we'll discuss it next Thursday.
All right.
That was prior to you guys being here, but that was a hard. Those mothers came in here demanding.
Because they wanted the stop there, right?
They wanted to stop back on Idris Road.
And this is one farmer that's requesting this. Is that what this is?
Yeah, this is a farmer.
One farmer.
Well, that's the only one I hate, yeah, he's.
Okay.
Is the sign on Idris Road or Sheridan?
He's
Some of the
not near
problem-
the end of Idris.
Listen, I stick up for the farmers a lot, but I will tell you, some of the farm equipment that they have should be out west, not in Pennsylvania. Because they're farming with something that's designed to do 1,000 acres and they have a 60-acre farm
Yeah.
because they want to show their farmer friend down the road, look at how nice equipment I got, right? So. Sorry, I'm okay with the bus stop being there, and staying there because it's gonna get used eventually again. Veterans tax exemption, Linda Kale, 184 Rose Rosebush Court. Any kind of veterans thing that comes through here that's
We typically say, yeah.
from the VA, I support. So, they go through a lot to get this. I believe it's 100% disability to get that. So,
Peter said he was good with it, so if you guys
Support.
wanted to make a motion on that, that's up to you. He said if not, you guys can wait till next Thursday, but he said he was good with that.
okay. Well, I'm okay with, making a motion, for the veterans tax exemption for Linda Kale at 184 Rosebush Court.
Second that.
Motion by Jesse, second by Denny. Jesse?
Aye.
Denny?
All right, banking discussion on M&T Bank.
Alrighty, so Denny and I went to M&T Bank. What was it? Tuesday? What was
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, it was Tuesday.
It was
Tuesday.
Tuesday. To discuss, doing the banking with M&T instead of Fulton Bank.
Okay.
So one of the things with Fulton is with all our accounts,
Yep.
some are online, some are paper. To get everything online would be $10 per account per month,
Okay.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, I think like we discussed this last month, and Peter asked me to reach out to M&T, so I set it up and then he decided to go with me and
Did we look at Wells Fargo too yet, or we just go to MT?
we just went to M&T.
L&T actually has a municipal division that handles.
Yeah.
Municipalities.
And
Does, just out of curiosity, would Wells Fargo too, because they're so big, or?
I have no idea. You know, a lot of it's
Yeah.
just these banks choose the focus.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
I have no idea what Wells Fargo.
Look, I believe that everything online would streamline the process better. make it easier. Everything's at your fingertips by just looking at it right there on your computer.
Well, yeah.
So if you can get that at a cheaper rate, I'm for it. So don't.
M&T
don't-
doesn't charge at all for that.
Right, so,
Well,
I mean,
you have to be careful because it was like, well, yeah, there's some charges and this.
I think it all depends on what type of account we would pay, because I was asking,
So
one
they
of
would,
the-
they would do an analysis and
Yeah.
come back with, here's what.
Yeah.
For this.
right. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot either. So if we have anything in like a
You don't want
savings, well, I don't need another foot problem. But if we, would go with them and our money would be in, we're getting less interest. And if it makes up that $10, you know what I'm saying? We have to look at the interest rates. as well, so.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
But yeah, I mean, if we can get anything cheaper and it's more, I'm for it.
Basically,
So-
there's a bank should be supplying a analysis that would actually tell you how many accounts you have and what being charged to what. And so, yeah, Lisa's looking to see. if
yeah,
we
I'm
can get
working
that.
on that. I was
And
looking
they'll look
at
at that and they'll come back and say, okay, here's.
Okay, cool. And then the CPA, that wouldn't affect her at all.
no, because it was asked if, she would be able to, with the QuickBooks, get into that, and they said, yeah, that would work with them.
Yeah, and then she could see reports.
She could have access to everything in this, yeah, we don't,
Pretty well said.
yeah.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, if we can get more accessibility and
Yeah,
it's
I
cheaper.
mean, but as of now, all the accounts could be online and they would not charge any extra for.
Right. Okay, cool. We still need to send out paper checks being that we're, really?
She said we could send, they were discussing
It
that.
depended on what our customers.
Yeah.
If they accepted ACH.
Yeah, we could
you
do
could
that too.
way.
Okay, so we wouldn't need to have two signatures all the time, or would we?
That's a good question. There need to be an approval process, but it may
Yeah.
be,
We could-
I think you could do. it.
Right, and I'm sure we could, if they deal with municipalities, they might even have one that they, yeah.
What they were, the guy was saying was, at the meeting, I would have a list of craft. This is the amount. And you guys would have the bills, so you guys would look at them and then you would be like, okay, yes, we would approve that one.
So it's almost like a thing where I could log on at home and then you could log on at home.
That one, the one he was suggesting was literally at this board meeting, you could go to say, "Morning check." I'd rather just have it printed out for people.
I like it. I like, good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I would just have a list of, Med Ed, this is the amount due this month. Craft, this is the amount due. For Colin, Cosmo South, this is the amount due.
I still like seeing
So,
the breakdown.
You would have, you would know who needs to get paid, you would have the bills. So you guys could review them, but then you would approve at the meeting, each one, okay, you can pay Med Ed, you can pay Kozlov South.
Mhm.
I'm looking at this one for Craft, I have a question on this, no, we're tabling this for now, we just need to,
Yeah, because that has
And then
happened.
each one would get approved at the meetings, and then,
Yeah, I like that.
would get it paid, so.
Cool. All right, archive for now, Bowling Road.
That's basically no discussion on below items at this time, so that's the stuff that's in archive, so I mean, you can read it, but it's.
Bowling Road overflow matter, an agreement, future planning. The 5 to 10 year plan, broken down into 3 categories, that. Once the sewer's in, once everything is starting to get completed, then we can worry about that stuff. Whole building, that's on hold due to the building. Computer access, Abby needs access to files, purchase another license.
I know Peter's still looking into that.
Okay, and then the saldo is on hold. I have no comments at this time. Okay,
None.
right, then I'm gonna adjourn the meeting. Or, no, I'm not. Kelly has a comment.
Sunday, June 28th, noon, community picnic.
Okay,
You're welcome. Meat, drink, paper products provided.
awesome, thank you.
Do you have a flyer for that yet?
It should have been on the flyer originally, wasn't it? On the
Yeah, we don't
spring-
have a community picnic.
Are you guys coming up with one?
Okay.
It's a little late for it too.
Yeah, I don't. We haven't in the past.
Okay, so the community picnic is when?
June,
Sunday, June 28th.
Oh, I'm sorry, what time?
And
Okay, and does anybody need to do anything? You said this would bring like a,
cover dish, yeah, a lawn chair maybe. I did say something to Carl about just making sure the pavilion is presentable back there.
because I'll post something on, Facebook.
Okay. And then we do have Richard Lee, who will be trained Conrad Weiser. Talking about there.
I have a question,
Mhm.
with the 25th anniversary coming up, I know a lot of municipalities are doing stuff.
250.
What did I say? I'm sorry, it's a long day. But you know what I meant. Anyways, is there anything for Marion we want to do? I mean, I'm not talking about having a carnival or like, but I mean, we could put flags down Main Street, something, do something little for, the township. I mean, I don't know what anybody's thoughts were,
I would love to do something. But we're less than a month out, or we're less than.
Years in the past, I don't know how or when, there were flags put up at the Triangle. I don't know if Don was involved with that. But there were flags put up at the Triangle near 420. I don't know who did that for what holidays and.
That's the one we might not own or do own. I don't know. That's,
that is still up in the air, I don't even know anymore. But I mean, I just didn't know if, maybe it's flags and just put them down Main Street. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like people are doing stuff and we are. What happened?
so we need to come up with something, the township collaborates with the community a little better for things, because even Don Heights said you guys should have had a centennial for, forget how many years Marion Town. He came to me like 2 years after the fact.
Yeah,
That's like, so yes, I agree we should have done something
right.
as Marion Township, but we need to plan it out.
As MTCA, that's why we are having this particular entertainment.
Yeah.
Because of the 250th anniversary.
What entertainment?
They're having a person.
Historical reaction.
Oh, at the community picnic. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something.
Train,
on-
Conrad Weiser.
Like,
Yeah.
am I missing something else?
Yeah, that's what MTCA is doing as a special for the anniversary.
I mean, I just didn't, so I thought, well, maybe flags, put them, down Main Street or, something.
I don't know how you would put them down Main Street with tree stumps, roots and everything else. I don't know how you would do that.
It's mostly
Yeah,
private land.
It
so
is,
Curbing isn't.
yeah.
We could think this out. We should have thought this out better earlier,
I know.
unfortunately, because we could have done
I'm
something.
just seeing so much stuff pop up and that the other municipalities are doing, and it's like,
I know a reenactor or two too that has a couple tanks and Jeeps and stuff. They would probably love to have driven them down and get a touch-up truck with the kid in Marion or something,
Yeah.
but of course, didn't think of that till now, to do something for 250, so.
I guess at the end of the day, though, if the township wanted to get some good old Amazon, American flag banners, that maybe just dress up the front of the building for July would certainly say something to the residents, I think. And that's an inexpensive, relatively inexpensive outlay, just to show that you're in the spirit. And I don't think anything crazy has to happen. Some municipalities aren't even mentioning it too.
yeah,
So if you wanted to put a nice flag out there or a flag inspired banner, I do think that would go a long way. People will drive by and just note, oh, that's really nice.
You know, the realtor actually goes around and plants flags for like Veterans Day or 4th of July, so she probably has a resource that could get them. Maybe she even has a couple.
Right. If you want to reach out to them and we can help, I'll contact you guys and hopefully some of the kids will help. Not your kids, I mean like community kids.
I mean, I know there's a lot of, like you said, sidewalks there, but there is some grass that, maybe a little bit out. Here and there.
Mhm.
You know what, I used to do it for scouts and got a drill bit. It was a wood drill bit, but it was that long. I put it in a drill. I would just go and pre-drill a hole. Usually, even if the dirt packed, it went through, it go through.
I was a Boy Scout, they used to make me struggle to put those in.
I mean,
See, you gotta think smarter.
You should have been my scoutmaster.
I can certainly look into, like Kimberly said, like a, or a man or something just to put out.
This picture is going back when the town was younger, probably about 100 years younger, of
Mhm.
the American House having all kinds of stuff decorated and kinds of stuff, but and the trees that were
It was
going
a
on both sides.
Different community.
True. People took pride in their property.
It was just a thought, like I said, I just see this.
Well, we can see if we could do something a little quick and
Yeah.
we'll try.
And if you're putting them along the sidewalk, my thing is all the cars parked. on the
Yeah.
road.
Right. That's true too. Like my front yard used to be horse park and that curb goes all the way down to almost the street.
Yeah.
Level to the street before it was crowned. So that whole thing was horse parking. And when you look at the old photographs of town, they would decorate where the horse steps were.
You wanna just do like around the, flagpole and the memorial there, that'd be one place, and maybe we do it either end of the town.
You'd do something like that, or like she said, maybe put those circular flags under the window of the township building or something if we could, but
Are you talking about the township building or the office here?
If you wanted to do one at
Whichever.
each, yeah, whichever.
I was thinking more the office, because who's all gonna go back to the building?
Most people buy the building.
this is a strip mall no one cares about, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, the people that care about the town are at the park.
Well, they can't find it.
Looking at
But nobody's gonna find, nobody's
True.
gonna be driving by the township building back there. Cause I was thinking you could even get a flag post and put like 3 flags at each post back there, but
that part is too, nobody really knows we're here, we drive right by.
And as
We don't have
far
good
as-
signage either.
flags, I think I would put them more out towards Church and Marion where people are coming in and out of town.
Yeah.
See if we can scrape something up.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They said something little, you know, didn't have to be like,
And Empty State has that sign out there and after the picnic, there isn't anything.
Yeah.
Do you wanna put something on that sign?
where's the sign gonna be?
Well, we just did a dedication for that flagpole.
Yeah.
And maybe like Dennis said, maybe the idea is maybe go back there and dress that up a little more. For the,
Yeah, if there's some ball games, people will see it.
Right.
So we did that and then at either end of the town,
Yeah,
something, yeah.
cause I even know like, 422, 419, right there,
Oh, yeah, they have lots of flags.
they have lots of flags there, so it's like she, you guys
That's what
said,
they, that's
Just put
what
some
happened
in-
at the triangle at the west
I
end.
mean, just put some like, you know, the beginning, the end of it. Something,
Maybe
I just
Peter has an
like-
idea too.
yeah, something little.
careful, let's not try to go crazy.
Right, this late in the game.
Oh, no, I want a carnival with fireworks.
Well, we'll put you in
I wanna
charge.
be
of
able
that.
to, get a, you know, win a fish.
Yeah, we'll have enough. All right,
Yeah, I just,
I'm gonna adjourn the meeting at 8:06 p.m.
We'll second that.
motion made by Jesse, second by Denny, roll call, Jesse,
Hi.
Denny.
You really do a nice job.
Alright, so do
I
that,
don't know about that.
and then. Oh,